I am about to make my very first pen. Kind of nervous about the drill press. Let's see how it works. It's an older model. Somebody told me in 1945, I don't know. But I've wiggled around with it, got everything working that wasn't working. And I should say that I've never made projects on a drill press before. In fact, I only recently just used a regular drill. So this is a big step up for me. Let's see what we got here. Turn it on. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. A lot less scary than using a drill. Everything's controlled and, well, I don't have a hole all the way through though. Let's see what I did here. I just spoke too soon, I guess. Never be smug. He will come back and bite you. Okay. I'm going to shut this off while I get it aligned. Okay, what did I do there? The first mistake I'd made, well, let me take this off because it's getting hot and it's in Texas, even though it's before 6 a.m. The first mistake I made was I didn't have the base up tall enough. I thought I did, but I didn't. So all I had to do was raise it up just a little bit and it worked. I think. Let's look and see. I saw it come through the bottom. Yep, I have a hole. So, there we go, first hole. Tighten the base. Second mistake, tighten your key down or your bit down just a little bit better. One more time, let's stop. I'll fix it and let's keep going. My camera keeps shutting down. Anyway, I have marks where the grain goes. It's not perfect. I've gotten a little off center in the bottom of one of them. It's a slimline pen. I'm hoping that doesn't make as much of a difference as it would on, say, a Sierra or something like that, from what I've seen on TV anyway. So we'll see. My motto saying, let's see what happens. This is my first time turning a pen, first time using a drill press. It's off. First time doing a lot of things. I haven't even used a handsaw before. So start to finish, let's see. I sawed it, finished sawing it this morning. It's not quite 6 a.m. And I'm going to have to pause though while my husband's up because this is going to be a Father's Day present for him. Or another one. It just depends on how this one turns out. Anyway, let's just see what happens. Thanks.
caramel going to explore.
I got a few slimline kits from Rockler, and I'm just going to look over the parts. It has a sheet here that tells you what's in it. So I have my 2 tubes. I'm going to have to scuff those up and glue them in with some, what I have here is some epoxy. The reason I'm using it, that's what I have at home. I made some spindles with it, and so for my spinning, here's the 2 tubes. Here's the twist mechanism. It says it has the indentation ring right here, and so I've got the twist mechanism. I've got the cap that goes on the top of the pin. I have the center ring, the tip, the ink cartridge, refill, whatever you want to call it, and I have the clip that goes on it. This one's gold. I think I've gotten 2 golds, and then I have some that somebody else gave me. One is chrome and one looks gold, I guess. Yeah, it's a gold one also. Have my bushings, and I was also given, I believe, some bushings in this that the person had given me. They're a little bit older, but we'll see which one fits on the mandrel. And yeah, I took the mandrel outside already. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is scuff up. I have 60. I know it says probably 120 or whatever, but this is what I have, so, or this is what I have inside anyway. Just and yeah, this is my kitchen counter. Everything happens here on the kitchen counter. It's a little darker than I want because my light bulb went out. It's on top of me, and it's shining on top, which is what I usually use to see better with, but I have to go to the store to buy a new light bulb, so we're going to be just a little bit dark. Okay, I've scuffed that up. Now whenever I use epoxy glue, I'm always going to put it on a piece of plastic so I can just throw it away whenever I get done. And this one's new because I just used the last of my other ones, so I've got to get the cap off. Well, my other one had an end on it. Okay, well, hopefully I don't have to, they expect me to use all of it. A little bit there. Try to keep it off the counter. Probably shouldn't do it this way. Didn't get inside, so. I cut this one a little bit short, but I was watching on one of the videos that they said that the slimline's a little more forgiving than some of the others, so I'm hoping that it's not as bad as I thought it was. Okay. Another bad thing is I don't have one of those tools to trim the edges. So I'm going to have to use I'm gonna have to use my hand sander because I don't even have another kind of sander, so that's gonna take a long time. Once again, I'm just using what I have available to me. Can't go out and buy special things, and I mean, I've already been given some and gotten some, but at some point the money runs out, and you just got to be able to do what you got to do. And so I don't have one of those fancy pusher-inner thingies, so wow, this one's going to be way long. I thought I had it cut to, that's going to be a lot of work. Okay. So we have the tubes in. The next step, I'm probably not going to show because it's going to take a million years, is sanding the ends down till I get to the bottom of the tubing. So, and once again, you can still see the marks, so I know which way the grain's going. A little bit messy, but it'll work. Thanks. We'll be back. I just have to adjust my tool rest. It's starting to rub a little bit on the... It's hard to get as close as I want to on it. But at least it's starting to look a little bit something like what I want. That's a major feat as of today. Faster. Now here's my little UFO, my unfinished object, looking like a pin more and more all the time. I'm kind of really excited after the day I've had. That's a tremendous accomplishment, from never using a drill before to never turning a pin before, having problems with a pin mandrel. I went to Dallas this morning, which is, well, I say Dallas, it's, I went to Rockler, and it was 2.5 hour drive because of traffic each way, so that's a 5-hour drive, and that's just for driving. Then I had to stop and get lunch, and I beat my husband home by all of about 20 minutes, and could not figure out how to get this mandrel to work. I just tried, and now it's probably 3:30 in the morning, and I finally have an unfinished object. But now I'm going to pull away the tool rest. I'm going to sand. I'm not going to do the CA glue finish because I just couldn't afford all the stuff that went with it. And I'm going to be using my 190 proof sanding sealer. Another concoction that I made up. And then I'm going to use beeswax to finish it off, and that's just going to have to be the way this one goes. It's my first pen. It's not going to be perfect, and I'm just kind of excited it even looks like it does now. If I can just get through the clamping process, I'm pretty confident in the finishing process, but the clamping process is going to be a whole different story. Let's just see what happens. That came with it. I think I'm going to make this the top. I don't have a pin vise. I didn't want to buy anything unless I just really thought I might make a lot of pins or even a few pins. I've just got just a few kits. So if I feel like I get a little more proficient in this. Well, there, I have a top in my pen. Yay! Right. Yay, it's a top. I've gotten that far. Try to get it on even. It started to go in. Okay, maybe I can get it now. The videos I watched are correct. Getting an even pressure is really hard with the clamp. I'm sure as I get better, it'll be better too. I can't say I've used a lot of clamps either. Hardly ever. Just to put my wool combs to the table and or to my countertop. Got that done. So now I have a bottom of a pen. We're coming along. Okay, I'm going to go and review on how to put the rest of this together. Now after reviewing, I'm supposed to put the twist mechanism up to the indicator mark in the bottom part of the pen. This is the part that makes me nervous. So let's get. Please don't break, please don't crack, don't ruin my pen. Please only go to the indicator mark. I just need to get to a point where I can let it support it so I can get it in even enough. It's kind of awkward trying to put it on film at the same time. I don't want y'all to be here for the first one I've made. Once again, this is not a how-to by any means. This is how I did it. I probably did a million things wrong. Always refer to the experts whenever you're doing something, not a hack that's just trying to do something for the first time. Please don't listen to anything I say and take it to heart. Okay, got to the indicator mark. Whew. I didn't totally destroy it, thank goodness. Whew, that was close. Now what? Okay. I'll be right back. Like I thought, I'm putting the band over the twist mechanism. And once I get over the, yay, it fit. I was worried for a moment, but the videos, one of the videos I watched said that it was going to be a tight fit over the top part. And as I get down, it'll just slip right on. Okay, what's next? Here's where we're probably going to finish it up. Oh gosh, please, I hope. You're going to slip the ink into the pen. Put it together. It comes out well enough. Woo. Okay. This is a bird's eye maple pen blank that I got on the internet in an offer of a guitar maker, and I'll put down below, who had cut-offs, and he wanted to share for a very, very reasonable price, and it was something that I'd spoke with my husband, and he had said that yeah, we could afford to get that at the time. And so, like I said, just a piece at a time, and it doesn't seem as overwhelming if you do it that way to me as a beginner that doesn't have a lot of money to just put into something you're not sure if you're even going to like or not. Okay, so in case I didn't say this, I'm Kat with Artisan Designs by Kat. I've made my pen for my husband for Father's Day. It's probably worth, oh gosh, what would you say? $3 to $5 million at least by the effort that I put into it. It's actually works. Yay! So excited. And it writes. The process, considering what I had to work with, I got the most beautiful blanks, and I wanted to do something with them. I've decided Rockler is probably one of my favorite places ever. I have just gone there several times for just as I've been in the area of Dallas, or today just making a sprinting trip, 5-hour almost 6 hour because of traffic round trip, just to get a pin mandrel. There was several things about this that I just loved, and several that I just wanted just to throw the entire lathe. I think I probably could have thrown the entire lathe across the floor. It started with getting the drill press. I was able to fix it, turn over the base, tighten it up, do all that kind of stuff, having never seen a drill press before. That was a pretty big feat. I did that in one day, fixed it. I think somebody said that it was like from 1945 on one of my Facebook pages, Woodchuckers. So yeah, I feel pretty good about that, considering I've never used one or really seen one to work with it, the mechanisms of it. Just took a little bit of elbow grease, getting everything and oiled and fixed up. Then the next thing was trying to sand. I didn't have one of those tools to bore out the end to get to the tube. So I thought, well, I'm going to use my hand sander. Well, the hand sander did not work at all. It was going to take forever, and it was getting hot, and this is East Texas. Even at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the garage, it gets really, really hot. So that didn't work. Finally, I was watching another video, and I saw somebody had glued sandpaper to a block of wood and put it on their faceplate. Well, I already had a block of wood screwed onto the faceplate because I don't have a drill to take it off with, so it's just hanging out there. Anyway, I just glued it onto that, and so I sanded, and voila, that was a big success for me. I was so happy because my arms were getting really, really tired trying to sand the stupid blank down. At that point, it was a stupid blank. Lots and lots of blanks. Then and of course I'm doing all this in between my husband being home and not home, and trying to do it in the middle of the night when I'm not working. My normal day job is, or I should say night job, is a nurse, so I don't have a lot of daytime hours. Anyway, the next thing, let's see, what was the next thing? Oh, the mandrel that was given me. The mandrel that was given me whenever I was all excited, I'm getting ready to put things together, and I realized that the barrel of the pin will not fit on the mandrel. So it turns out that that mandrel potentially is a number 2 mandrel versus a number 1 like I needed. And the rod in it is just a little bit bigger. Can you even tell the difference? No, I could not, but it is. I tried to put the pin on it, or the blank with the barrel all glued in, and it pushed the barrel right out of the pin. So then I had to reglue everything. That's not on the video either. And so at 8:50 this morning, I contacted my husband. I was like, oh, I need to go to Rockler just for one single thing. Yeah, a new pin mandrel. I'm kind of excited about it, so it was well worth it. The next biggest problem I had was trying to figure out how to use it. This bar, the bar in it, will move. It has a call-it system, and there really wasn't instructions with it. And I don't have a lot of mechanical background. So the next thing I had to figure out was how to get this tight enough without any kind of the right wrenches to put it together. And so I finally figured that out. And then I put it on my lathe, and being a Harbor Freight, they're known to not be perfectly aligned. I beat that thing into submission. I'm not going to lie. I could have probably thrown the lathe across the room with whatever 100 pounds it weighs. But I got it lined up pretty close, as close as I needed for the pin to be finished. And so it just kind of just kept going. Trying to use not super sharp tools because I'm trying to learn how to sharpen them, but I don't have a jig, and I've never really seen them sharpened before, just on videos, but nobody's, you know, I need to find a mentor, and I'm going to. It's just my stupid schedule. Anyway, so now here it is, 4:20 in the morning, and I have a lot of stuff. I've been up pretty much, except for sleeping on the way back from Shreveport for about an hour. I've been up since, wow, 3 o'clock yesterday morning. So I'm running on, I've been up pretty close to 24 hours now. Kind of a norm for me, so don't feel sorry. That's just kind of how it is with night shift. Wow, what else can I say? It works. When I say let's see what happens, it's not perfect. It has dings in it. Next time I won't sand, or I won't turn it as close to the whatever they're called, bushings. I'll leave a little bit more room so I can sand, and so I don't get across that edge. But it feels smooth going in, so at least it's not going to be jagged on his poor little hands while he's signing contracts. Anyway, success! I'm so excited. Wasn't Friday like I wanted, but yay. Now on to the next one, maybe? Yeah, now on to the next one. Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.